everybody, this is Andrea Dior coming back with another video. Apparently, the first video that I recorded, I didn't have any sound, so I had to redo the intro for that video. So I'm going to just redo that intro, and then I will record my clinical stuff that I have for today. So basically, I was just trying to update you guys on my previous semester, which was peds and pharmacology. So those were the last two classes that I took as far as like the spring semester. We had 2 8-week classes, and then pharm was the full 16 weeks. So I already spoke on my mental health class in the first half of the pharm class. So for peds and the other half of the class, of the pharm class, that's what I will be talking about. So as far as pharm, I was able to pass it, even though it was very difficult. I was able to pass it with an okay grade. A lot of it was just reviewing pretty much pharm 1, pharm 2, and pharm 3. So everything that we've learned in pharm as a whole is what we were tested on in the class. So every drug that we've ever learned in school thus far was pretty much the review of everything, because everything was pretty much on the exams. Everything was fair game. So they did put a test breakdown on what would be on the exams, so you could go back to those cards from pharm 1 and pharm 2 and things of that nature, and then learn the new stuff for pharm 3. So I did okay in that class, and we had 2 exams, so like 2 regular exams and then a final for that class. So that was okay. As far as peds was very, very, very information heavy. So we had to read a lot most of the time, a lot about the disease processes, and what makes it harder is age related. So some things infants have, it may not translate over well in the preschool age or the toddler age or the adolescent or school age. So a lot of the disease processes were different. So signs and symptoms for infants were different than toddlers, and toddlers were kind of different than preschoolers. So it made it difficult because you had to know the difference for everyone. So for example, if an infant was sick with the flu, how do you know that an infant has the flu? The infant can't really. All right, y'all. So I did stop at the test breakdown for like the exams or whatever the case may be. So yeah, so pretty much they had the test breakdown for what needed to be done. So that was fine. So the class wasn't that bad. It was difficult, but it wasn't that bad. And peds was very, very, very information heavy, I would say. So as far as that class, it was very information heavy. So you had to know how an infant would get sick, how a toddler would get sick, how a preschooler would get sick, school age, adolescent would get sick. So all their signs and symptoms were fairly different. So say an infant was getting sick. Say they were sick with the flu. How do you know that infant has the flu? You can't really look at a child until whether or not they have the flu, because they can't really cough. So they can't really tell you and signal like, hey, I'm sick. So if you look at an infant and you see that they're having difficulty breathing because there's mucus buildup in the nose, you say, wait a minute. The child might have a cold, or the child might have a flu, or the child may have something. So at least you could see those types of signs, because babies are nose breathers. They don't know to breathe out of the mouth. So when they breathe through the nose, that's all they know. So if it's stuffed up, then you got the nasal retractions, they're grunting, trying to breathe. and the intercostal retractions. Oh, I meant to say nasal flaring. It's called nasal flaring. So you would see that in an infant versus if it's an older child, they would just cough and blow their nose and let you know I don't feel well. So it's very different, I would say. And then the test itself, I think we had a regular exam and then there was a final exam. So that one was very information heavy. And I think the first test that I had, I literally was close to passing. I didn't pass by 1 point. So I was like, well, maybe next time, I can get those few points to pass the class. So it wasn't that bad, but it was a very hard class because it was very, very, very information heavy. So that's what I wanted to talk about as far as like peds. It was a lot of going back in your med-surg brain in a sense, but with peds and doing like the signs and symptoms, how the disease processes will start, what medications they would have to take, what you would educate the parent on. It was things like that. So I just wanted to talk about that and update you guys on my classes thus far. And right now, I have already said that I was in maternity OB, and I'm taking chemistry this summer as well. So the next video will probably be me talking about clinical and how that's going. So I'm actually getting ready for clinical, but I'm going to scoop this video in front of what I talked about last week, just because I was talking about this particular stuff in the video last week. I just didn't have any sound, so I had to redo it. So I will slide this video in the front of it and then put the rest of the stuff from last week, and then clinical for today will show up as another video. So stay tuned for the next stuff. Good morning, you guys. What is today? I think, oh man, it's Wednesday. So Monday was June 14th. Or was that? Yeah, Monday was June 14th. So today is the 16th. So today I have a lab day. So I woke up really early. Usually when I have to wake up early for a class, I can't really sleep like that. So especially when I don't have to wake up as often early during the week. I got in my car, so it's about 7:22. So I'm about to head up to the school. We had to do a student health screening, so I did that when I was laying in bed. So my lab is at 8, so I have to wait in my car until close to 8 because they don't want us in the school too early. So I am headed to school, and I will check in with you guys when I get back there. All right, hello all. I am out of lab for today. Lab was very, very informative. They had some great activities that we were able to do in lab today. So they were in 3 different rooms. So we had like 3 different stations with different types of activities. The first room I went into was like an escape type of game, but it involved labor and delivery types of questions and like what we needed to look for. And we also practiced starting an IV again, and then also we practiced giving IM injections. So that was good because I'm like, I need to work on this stuff because next semester's my last one, so we're approaching the end. So I think when we have a little bit more time. So they said this time they're giving us an hour to have like an open lab, but we couldn't have it today just because we had a lot going on today. The next room, we pretty much practiced looking for like the fundus, and I think we pretty much learned the technique of how to, but I'm pretty sure when you get to an actual patient, it'll probably be a different feeling. And it was an interesting exercise that was done in the class as well. we had some males in the class. So as far as putting pads on females or helping put pads on females, it was interesting to see how much they didn't really know how to do it. So the females didn't have to do it. We just stood there and watched. But it was real interesting to see the guys putting pads on the cotton type of underwear that the females had to put on after birth. So that was interesting. So when I was helping one of them out, I was like, well, hey, that sticks to the underwear. And then it was funny. That's something I would like to see again. And we also did some type of computer interaction or simulation like in the classroom, which I thought was good. They need to do more of those because I think those are like more real world experiences of like the different types of things that we might see. So that was fun. And checking to see the amount of they call it lochia, so the amount of lochia or discharge on the pads to know what's a lot, what's a little bit, what's normal, those kinds of things. And we did a few little case studies as well that was in our packets. And then the next station I went to basically focused on the babies and their assessment and how to swaddle babies and pretty much what we need to look for when the child first comes out. So we listened to heart sounds, I think lung sounds. Two of the machines kind of broke at the end, so we couldn't listen to those. I don't remember what those were. But then we were able to go home because it was cutting into them getting ready for classes or whatever the case may be. So the class was great. So I really enjoyed lab. So I'm waiting to see like what we're going to do in lab next week. But Monday I actually go to my first clinical, so I will probably get that and just start that off as another week and just end this vlog here. So I'm trying to do better on getting more videos out. So I was like, well, why not? I'm going to lab today and I'm probably doing something different each week because it's labor and delivery. So there's different things that I may see or hear or do. So if you like this video, like it, share, comment, subscribe to the video or my channel if you haven't. And yeah, I will probably sit down and make another sit down video, but probably just like in my apartment. I'll probably try to show a little bit more, but I'm trying not to show too much and then get in trouble with my school kind of thing, because they don't like you recording things inside the school or in the class or anything like that. So you don't want to get in trouble doing too much of that. Some schools will allow you to record things, but other schools are not trying to do that. So I'm trying to stay on the safe side. But if you have anything else that you want me to record, just let me know. My ADN video, that should be coming sometime next week. Probably on Tuesday, because Tuesdays I don't really have much to do but like read or something like that, or do like a few assignments here and there. So Tuesday might be my days where I start recording a lot more stuff, but we'll see. But I'm going to end the vlog here. Check out my other videos. If you like them, subscribe again, like, comment, share, and I'll see you on the next one.